Good evening. We do begin tonight with this very rare move today by President Trump amid growing questions about President Trump's connection to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and multiple new emails coming to light referencing Trump. Tonight, the president, in a post on social media, has now ordered the Justice Department to investigate Jeffrey Epstein's ties to prominent Democrats, including former President Bill Clinton and others. President Trump's Attorney General Pam Bondi replying with a social media post of her own, saying she will pursue this with urgency, after Pam Bondi previously said the investigation was over and advised the files not be released. Top Democrats calling the president's move panicked and desperate and an effort to get the spotlight off of Trump. Even some Republicans on the Hill tonight uncomfortable with this move. Mary Bruce leading us off.
Tonight, amid new questions about President Trump's 10-year friendship with sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, Trump now trying to shift the focus to Democrats. In an extraordinarily rare move, a president going on social media and publicly ordering his Attorney General, Pam Bondi, and the FBI to investigate Jeffrey Epstein's involvement and relationship with several prominent Democrats, including former President Bill Clinton, former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers, and, quote, many other people and institutions. Within hours, Bondi, with a public response, will do, appointing U.S. Attorney Jay Clayton of New York's Southern District to lead the probe, saying the department will pursue this with urgency and integrity. This despite the fact that earlier this year, Bondi herself closed the books on the Epstein case, insisting there's no there, saying we did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. Tonight, top Democrats calling Trump panicked and desperate, saying he's trying to deflect from serious new questions we have about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein.
Donald Trump's name himself is in a lot of those Epstein files, as we've seen, and a lot of those emails. The question is, will Donald Trump be investigated as part of this? Or is there going to be one set of rules for Donald Trump's friends and supporters and another set for his critics?
Clinton traveled on Epstein's plane on multiple occasions after his presidency, but says he was unaware of Epstein's crimes and never visited Epstein's private island. The former president has not been accused of any wrongdoing. Tonight, even some Republicans frustrated with Trump's new demand.
I don't think it's appropriate for him to do it. I would ask him not to do that, because all it does is taint our legal system.
It comes 2 days after the House Oversight Committee released thousands of documents from Epstein's estate, many mentioning Trump. In a 2017 email to former Secretary Summers, Epstein writing, "I have met some very bad people, none as bad as Trump, not one decent cell in his body. So yes, dangerous." In a 2018 text to an unidentified person, Epstein writes, "I am the one who is able to take him down." Trump, who has denied any wrongdoing, says he cut ties with Epstein because Epstein and his accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell were luring away women and teenage girls who worked at Mar-a-Lago.
I threw him out of the place, persona non grata.
Next week, dozens of House Republicans are expected to break with the president and vote to demand the release of the FBI's full Epstein files. It's something Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance and supporters like now FBI Director Kash Patel promised to do during the campaign.
What the hell are the House Republicans doing? They have the majority. Put on your big boy pants and let us know who the pedophiles are.
But now that he's running the FBI, Patel is refusing to release the files. Tonight, the pressure is growing. 20 of Epstein's victims now sending Congress a letter, writing, "You have the ability to vote to release the Epstein files, and with it, deliver a promise the American people have awaited for far too long. We implore you to do so." The women adding, "Remember that your primary duty is to your constituents. Look into the eyes of your children, your sisters, your mothers, and your aunts. Imagine if they had been preyed upon. Imagine if you yourself were a survivor. What would you want for them? What would you want for yourself? When you vote, we will remember your decision at the ballot box." And that vote is expected next Tuesday. And again, we expect dozens of Republicans to break with the president and vote to release the full FBI files. But this is likely to be just the beginning of what could be a very long road. President Trump seeming to do everything he can to prevent these files from coming out.